Be sure to check out RCT3, winner of the RCT3 Tosso Quiz of 2015 and enter the Toxic competition for 2016. Hello and welcome to episode 11 of Let's Play RCT 2016. And you may notice the title of this episode is Highway to Hell, but that I do not have AC/DC playing in the background. Fear not, I will explain the pun in due course. Well, it's kind of a pun of two halves really, that pretty much sums up this episode in a nutshell. Firstly, I decided to build a highway. And actually kind of feels weird saying that because, well, if anyone knows me on YouTube well enough by now, then you may have, well, you've probably heard me scream enough times that I'm British, and of course in Britain we don't call highways, we call them motorways. Whatever. I don't think it makes a ton of difference, they're the same thing. Big stretches of road where you can go fast. Gotta go fast. So yeah, here I was just working on the one that drops down behind the back of Diamond City, or rather to the south. I always think it's around the back, but technically it's not, because it's just the south of Diamond City, but I suppose you always approach it from the north at the start of the game, so yeah. So right here I was just doing some terraforming to get some slanted walls, because I'm 99% certain there's no pieces for this in Rollercoaster Tycoon 3. So yeah, and then just I was started connecting up the rest of my highways around the map to the rest of it. So I was going to use that piece, but then I didn't realise I'd have to leave it floating in the air. So I decided to do that, just do that instead. Now, I don't think in the game that these are actually connected, but I certainly haven't got a way of connecting them together, because I haven't got any slanted pieces for some reason. Actually no, just because I don't think there's a set on Earth that has those, because most highway sets are flat for some reason. So this was my compromise. I had to basically just chop off the ends of this one and make it a rubble thing. Also, for the record, the music I've brought in the background is from the Fallout 4 OST. This is just a montage of battle music. I don't know what this one's called. I've heard it in the game enough times. But yeah, here I was just trying to experiment with some different floors and walls, and ended up just settling for Moby's curved walls. This is the concrete texture, and then just add in some black black terraforming walls next to it, just to add that little bit of detail. Now, actually I don't, oh yeah, I was breaking out the rubble from Station Union's apocalyptic things. I need to slow down when I'm saying that. But yeah, I think it's at this point that I started getting into details on the highway itself. So yeah, it's just adding in kind of the smashed up lampposts from one of my apocalypse sets. I can't remember who it's by, goddammit. And then I broke out Station Union's apocalyptic things at some point. Yeah, this is it, and started adding vehicles, because I'm pretty sure that in the game this highway is strewn with vehicles. Like, there's stuff all over the place. Like, I couldn't get everything in, there's like stuff, but actually I am going to, actually no, I'll tell you in due course, spoiler alert. But yeah, here I was just adding some more walls along the top, just some more detailing, just kind of rounding off that edging, giving it a good trim. So here I was just starting to connect up to the rest of my highways around the map, and I decided to do a double thing here. It doesn't look great from above, but I can probably just hide it on camera. But yeah, here I was just trying to line up the angles, and yeah, I was starting to get things good. So yeah, and then obviously the obligatory supports. Again, I'm using Crypt's Destroyed City here. And actually, rather hilariously here, I realised I actually hadn't quite done the supports, or rather they were slightly too tall to make contact with the ground, so I had to add little bits underneath. And then I did the same at the other end, so again, the double thing, and just... This one was a bit more of a tight squeeze, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, here I was just adding in more pieces on the bottom, and I decided to stay out the downtown here, because I decided to assume that I'd done it for some reason. I don't quite know what was going through my head. Ah yeah, here. Now I didn't actually build this. This is basically just a massive penis tease. I started laying out my foundations and then rather hilariously didn't build them. So this is going to be my Fenway Park, also known as Diamond City. And I think what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to stick a flat ride inside it. I still need to get a flat ride to put on that helipad over at Boston Airport. But yeah, this is going to be my Diamond City. It's probably not big enough, frankly, but there's only so big I can make this. So yeah, I laid that out, and then I just borrowed some inspiration from that other bridge, and got cracking on another bridge, because there's a few bridges. I checked the map, and there's a few bridges that run across this highway, like a few roads here and there. Obviously I'm not going to be able to get them all in. I mean, I'll do my best. I'll probably add a few diagonal bridges here and there. But yeah, here I was just doing the same kind of bridge structures as I did before. I mean, I don't know if it's completely accurate, but it'll do. So yeah, more curbs. I need to add some fences actually along my other bridge that's still unfenced rather hilariously. So yeah, here is where I started doing the buildings. Now, I'm probably going to change out this entire setup that I've got here. Because like, it was kind of cool, but it was... I felt using train platforms was just out of place. Like, I should really save that for a different coaster. But, so I think I'm probably going to redo this with like maybe a metal kind of bunker thing. So I'll see what I can find, because like, again, sets are pretty far and thin. But yeah, this is going to be an Intamin coaster. I'm bringing back this edition from last year. But yeah, again, I was using all these walls and I just felt this is just out of place. So I'm probably going to redo this entire thing, do it as like a kind of metal thing. I need to find some more metal walls. If anyone knows some good metal wall sets, because I'm a bit limited on that. Because I do need some sets. I need a rust wall set for Diamond City. I haven't got one at the moment, and I need some stuff to make some bunkers. Now here was where things really got crazy, because like I was studying some pictures of the Mass Fusion building, and realized I slightly got it a bit wrong. So I was redoing my shapes of my foundations and all sorts of things. Then I was adding more stuff around the edges. I think I've got the base all sorted now. But yeah, and then I decided just to go on a complete tangent and build a church. Okay, Fallout fans will probably understand what this is, but this is the Old North Church or whatever it's called. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. Again, Fallout fans will immediately understand what I'm doing here. For those of you who don't, this is the headquarters of the Railroad, which are basically a sort of synth rights activists, I guess would be the way to put it. For those who don't understand, synths are basically robots. The kind of robots disguised as humans made by the Institute, also known as the Illuminati. So you can see sort of how the factions start to interact. I've got one more faction HQ to build, but that one's going to require some terraforming. And that is the Minutemen. Then all I got to do is build their place, and then I have the Quadfecta. But right here I was working on the Old North Church and the Railroad, and it was coming along quite nicely. Like I haven't actually used this set in particular detail, but it was actually coming along quite nicely. So I was just getting the hang of it, and actually I did at some point delete all this because I need to put a spire in. I cannot talk. But yeah, this stage is just at doing the roofs, and yeah, this is going a lot faster than it felt. I don't know how long I spent on this, but it was a good solid half. So yeah, here I was just sort of having a look at what I had to play with, just adding in various stuff. I think I did an okay job of this church, actually. Like, I got some good details in. Obviously, I'm going to have to put in a ton of buildings around the edge. Now, this stage, you have a slight panic side, because I thought there were no 4H pieces, and then realised, oh, thank God, Station 2 Junior put them in. But not until set 3. Like, really? Could you not just put them in set 1 along with all the rest of the slanted pieces? So yeah, here I realised I had some massive gaps to fill and just threw in some windows. Silveret's advice, even now, add windows. But yeah, here I was just adding in more details and my spire at the back. Now, I spent quite a lot of time just doing details on this spire, and you'll see shortly. Like, after I did the windows and managed to spectacularly mess them up when I realised I had them completely spaced unevenly. It was actually surprisingly hard to build this, actually, because my highway from running across the back just kept getting in the way of my camera. So, but then I eventually got them all set, and then, oh man, I spent way too long building these. Like, literally, the corners I thought just weren't looking quite, they were looking a bit bare bones, so I spent however long it was doing trim with just these corner pieces, and oh my god, this took forever. I had to do 6 different angles, so 2 pieces 3 times on each corner. Oh my god, this took ages. I think it was worth it though, but oh snap, I'm actually going to have to, I think, end it here. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. But the church is complete. Bye bye!